All right, guys, Fula coming to you with another commentary video. This video is not going to be about a specific woman per se, but it's just going to be about basically how you, as guys, you don't need to waste time with these women. Okay, you can just really, if you want to, just take the bull by the horn and really just force their hand and if they want to get married or want to build something, then you build it with them. And if they don't want to, then you don't waste time with them. And also on top of that, you don't give them your resources, and you don't also there's no point in living with them either. you know if y'all ain't married, don't even bother living with them. you know but let's listen to what this woman says about her relationship dynamics and about how she met her husband, and compare that to what we see today.
Don't know what I'm expecting to. I don't know what I'm expecting to. What am I looking for me being in a relationship for 1 year versus us getting married straight away? Because
And that's the thing. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, what you see in these relationships is, especially these like Western style relationships, is that they stay in a relationship a while. The woman or is usually gonna like get bored. She's gonna use the dude for the resources in the relationship, or he's gonna get bored, just use her for sex, and then that's just pretty much what comes of it, right? They do, and if they do get married, they've already done everything that can be done. So it's like they get in these relationships, right? And once they get in these relationships, they do everything possible that you can do in a relationship, and then
there's nothing that you're not gonna know about someone.
then they get sick and tired of each other because they've done everything already, right? But let's continue what this woman is saying.
Here versus us getting married straight away, because there's nothing that you're not going to know about someone without being with them anyway. But I'm not going to waste time, and how can I say this? I'm not going to allow time for me to have premarital sex, because I'm not going to.
And that's the problem with these females, because I've talked to females, okay? I've came across females, they've came across me. They've even said to me in my face that, but I didn't put it this way. I never would court them for marriage. They just told me their hand. This is the thing about these females. It's like once you, how should I put it? Once you seem disinterested in them, and once you basically show them that you don't need them, and that everything is going to keep on going either with them or without them, they will tell you their hand. So many of times I've had these Western women tell me that, oh, I will never marry a guy if I can't try it out first, or I would never marry a guy if I don't know how good his dick game is. Oh, I would never marry a guy who I never tested the car first. So, what happens is when they do that and have that mentality, they end up going from guy to guy. That's usually how it works most of the time with these women. They just say, oh, okay, sex was average, I'm gonna move on. Oh, sex was average, let me move on some more. Oh, sex is average, let me move on. Without building something, without maybe like working with them. Because the thing is most of the time they're just looking for a quick fix anyway. That's the whole thing. Their minds have been warped so much from this sexual liberation movement and this feminism movement, because in essence what I'm saying is this feminism movement and this sexual liberation movement has convinced women. It hasn't really convinced men, you know what I mean? It's convinced women that they can have it all. So it's convinced women that they can basically be have hot girl summers without having to worry about hitting a wall, and that they can try multiple guys out, and that they can hold guys at a certain standard when it comes to that, and be shallow about it, rather than just like build with one guy and say, okay, well, let's work on this together. Let's make it happen together. Let's continue.
If you're not having sex with a person, you're not gonna stay that long with them before you get married. Okay? We're not.
And that's true. Like, that's another thing too. That's what another thing that these Western women will do as well. Okay? Like we saw with the one dude who had the prison woman, he had the woman come out of prison. She just got out of prison for armed robbery, and she refused that dude sex. Okay? She refused to do sex. And the thing is, that dude was gonna stay for the long run, but all the meanwhile, she was getting her back blown out by a guy who didn't have anything. But this guy had resources, okay? And it was in his hope that he would get sex, but really the reality is he wasn't gonna get any sex, okay? He really shouldn't have gotten his hopes up, because the sex wasn't gonna happen from this woman. And that's another thing that these women think that dudes are gonna do. They think dudes are gonna stay. Like, that's the thing. If you're not giving it up, dudes aren't gonna stay. Dudes are gonna go next and go elsewhere. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. This is coming from a dude's perspective. Okay? I'm not suggesting this. Don't think I'm suggesting to do this. I'm not suggesting this at all for a dude. But dudes are going to either say, we're going to build something together and I'm going to put a ring on it. You're going to be a jump off. Or I'm not going to be bothered with you. Because I'm not going to succumb myself to just talking to you, listening to you talk, and spend resources whining and dining you, going to like the Ruth Chris and things like that, and I'm not getting anything in return. Okay? That saying, what's in it for me, is very real. Unless you're a weak simp beta male who decides that you're going to fork out all your resources on women. But let's continue.
We're just gonna sit around and talk. So we get married to prevent us from fornicating.
And that's the thing. You don't have to get married in the Western concept. Okay? You can write out a contract and you can say what you expect. You can have both families agree on it. You can give a dowry. And then that's that. Okay? You don't have to have this big old fancy wedding. And I'm just saying that with a marriage, it adds a sense of responsibility, for the simple fact that, you how should I put it? You're not going to just, maybe you'll be more responsible, and you're not going to just like ride cock carousels all the time, because you put a ring on it, and there's going to be kids involved, because at the end of the day, that's what marriage is for, for family. You're building a family. That's what marriage is for, to build a family. Also, is to possibly extend your lineage. Okay? That's what we look for on a guy's perspective, is that you want to extend your lineage. Okay? You want to continue on a tradition, right? So that's what marriage is for. But too many people look at marriage as this Cinderella type crap. And that's not what it's about. It's about something like way more like realer than that dumb story. But let's continue.
Possibly having premarital sex, by accident, as I say. So that's why we tend to get married. And also, if things go wrong, then they go wrong. But
And that's the thing. Like sometimes you just have to risk like it going wrong. Sometimes you have to risk like a marriage maybe not working, but chances are I think if you're committed to a marriage and hopefully the woman doesn't, because most, believe it or not, most of the divorces are actually started by women, you know. But yeah, I would believe that you guys would be committed to make the marriage work if the marriage was based on good intentions from the jump. But if the marriage was based on her trying to come up, in essence, which a lot of these marriages are, unfortunately, with these conniving women, then chances are it's gonna crash and burn. But let's continue.
this is why your father is there to vet your man. This is why the families are so involved. To be that net.
And that's what I'm getting at. Don't let these women fault you.
Family is there. And the family has already vetted that person for me. My father already spoke to my husband.
Don't let these women, because they try to do it to me. I'm like, okay, well, you guys are 30 something and you're single. Like, so I'm winning at this point. So what happened, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm getting at. Don't let these women fault you about arranged marriages, okay? Don't let them get to you if you have a guy who knows you're solid and he has a woman for you. Don't let them think like, oh, what the hell? Does she have a choice in the saying? Or why are you gonna marry someone you don't know? Like this ain't. We're not in the backwards times right now. This is 2021. We don't do those. Don't let them talk to you and talk you out of it. Okay? Hold your line. Because I'm gonna tell you something in my personal experience. I would much rather have a family friend or a friend just set me up. Because if my friend is solid, chances are I know that the woman he has for me is gonna be solid. You know what I mean? I'll give you a couple of examples about how easy it is and how pain-free it is. And then if you do this, it saves you the headaches of dating. It saves you the headaches of whining and dining. It saves you the headaches of Tinder, Bumble, and all these other crazy dating apps if you just go this traditional route. So, with me, there were actually 3 women who I could have like married, but I said, man, I'm knee deep in some crap right now. I can't like really do it. You know what I mean? And for me, I still have time. That's the thing. I still have time. But it was just at that time, I was just knee deep in the craziness in Los Angeles. As a matter of fact, I can make a book called Esta Loca Vida Mita, But anyhow, I had an uncle from Senegal say that a girl was ready to marry me. He said, she misses you, this, that, and the other. I had a friend from Mali who said, hey, you want to marry my sister? I had another friend here who said, yeah, my sister's available. And I asked like the friend from here, like, why, hey, yo, man, why'd you give me Why'd you suggest to me your sister? You know what I mean? And he even said like, oh yeah, I know you. I know you. I have never known you to do any like Buster stuff. So yeah, I would give you to my I would give my sister to you, no problem. So don't let these Western women fault you if you go this route. Okay, it's probably going to be the best route for you to go, and it's going to save you the headache of dating. And especially if you can build a rapport with the family, then you're good. And chances are, if you are a good person already, the family is going to see that and they're going to sense that.
My father already knew the type of man my husband was. Men tend to see things in other men that women can't. I don't know why, but from what I've seen here is like girls, we tend to be kind of slow when it comes to picking partners because it's hard for women to get past that adrenaline.
Well, the thing is, women can't get past their sexually charged urges because of the simple fact that they've been this Western society is sexually charged. So the main thing is that all these women really what they just want is sex. Okay, and they look at the physical more than anything else. You talk about guys being physical creatures, shit. Women are just as physical as guys, if not more, nowadays in this society. Okay, I'm dead serious, and I'm gonna give you an example. You got to be 6'3", chiseled, jawline, and everything, all the good things. Okay, all you have to be all of these things for these women. Okay, and if you are those things, they can't get past it. Let's continue.
I'm like, oh, I like this guy because he's exciting and he makes me feel so butterflies. But my father knew how to pick a stable man for me. He knew how to pick one that was a hardworking man who wasn't going to let bills get behind, let things just happen. So I hope that.
Okay, yeah. See, that's the thing too, and that's what they're driven by. You know what I mean? Like that's why you see, like, for example, I'll go to the conscious community. You see, like, some of them get passed around a lot. You see one who has 7 kids. I think she has 8 kids, maybe. You see one who has 2 baby fathers and things like that. And then they want to come on live and talk about fuck niggas, but then really these are the niggas that they're choosing. You know, these are the ones that they're choosing to have laid down with, right? Because and the thing is that the guy who gets it honestly, the guy who gets it out the mud and stuff like that, these are the guys that they don't want. You know, that's the thing. These are the guys that they rather skip upon. So the fact that her father was involved in choosing the man, don't let, as I said, don't let these women guilt trip you if you decide to go the arranged route, which I recommend, because I'm it's available to me. Being an African is openly available to me. You know what I mean? All I have to do is hop on a plane and just go over there and boom. You know, I'll just say, hey, you have anybody available? And then they'll be like, oh yeah, I have my friend. It's really quite easy. That's the thing. Like here in the West, they make relationships so complicated, and they don't really have to be complicated. It's really quite easy. Like if you really wanted to get married, you can get married in like you can get married within a couple of days. You know, if you really wanted to do it. You know what I mean? Because the problem is the Western concept of love. The Western concept of love is based off of lust and all the crap like that. Whereas like real love, it just grows after a while. And then real love is just basically you being able to tolerate, your partner, tolerate everything that your partner does. You know what I mean? That's what it really comes down to. But yeah, don't let these women fault you. If you have an arranged marriage or something like that and you want to go that route. Okay? If there's like, for example, an Arab that is into that, go that route. If there's a pack like someone from the subcontinent, go that route. If there's even another person from the African diaspora who's into that, go that route, and don't feel any shame in your game. I'll give you even another story that happened with me. There was a woman from Grenada. Okay, there was a woman from Grenada. I didn't expect this, but I think elders can sense when they can sense and they can feel comfort around certain individuals. So what happened was I was running an earring and then I just had a conversation because everybody knows I'm a fan of the Grenadian Revolution. I supported the Grenadian Revolution. And so what happened was I was running an earring and then I met some Grenadians. And then what happened is one of the Grenadians had a daughter, and I didn't expect it, but she was with her mom and stuff like that. We're having a conversation, and I was just saying that I want some Grenadian food, but I have a hard time finding the Grenadian food. And so she said, "Yeah, just give him your number." She was talking to the daughter. "Just give him your number, and he can call you, and we can give him the lady who sells the Grenadian food." So instead of me getting her number, the elder, she told her daughter to give her number to me. So she already was trying to set it up, She was just basically telling me, my daughter's available and you seem like you fit the role. So you will even see it among traditional Caribbean families too. Okay? It still exists there, despite the fact that feminism has hit there. It still exists. All right? There's certain pockets where it exists. Don't be fooled by these neo-feminists and these sexual liberators. But yeah, just how this woman talks, take heed and listen to what she was saying and just go off of it without feeling any shame from these Western women and what you're doing. Okay? Stay on your square. And if you feel like a arranged marriage will work for you, go for it.
Your question? I hope that I understood the question right.
But it looks like that's it for that one. But yeah, man, I just found that interesting, basically. But anyhow, leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Fuller signing out. Njadama.